Hello everyone, this is Melanie from Lightbeam's Treasures and Curiosities. If you've been following my page, you have known that I have been really sick. Well, I do have to say I'm feeling much better after a couple of days of taking antibiotics, getting some rest that I need. I still have the cough a little bit, but I certainly have a lot more energy. Starting to get my voice back, starting to look a little better. Just came out of the shower, feel a little refreshed. So I wanted to share with you a couple of things that happened, some good news, some bad news, and all the interesting things in the world of sale. Well, today happens to be Martin Luther King. It's Monday, and I had absolutely no sales today, which is interesting because normally for me, Mondays is almost like a Cyber Monday every week. It seems to be the busiest sale day for me, simply because I think instead of people going back to work and actually working, they're back at work online on the computer buying things from me. So today was no sale. Hopefully tomorrow there'll be, but I did make a few sales over the course of the weekend. So I want to share that with you because I think some of these you'll find interesting. So, of course, I go with my freebie book pile. I get them in so many places. I get them at book swaps. I get them at garage sales. I get them at book dumps. I mean, there's so many different methods of how I get my books. And my general rule of thumb is I only put books up that are $10 or more. That's my rule of thumb. Anything else, I will end up donating. I will give away. I will bundle up. So many different things. So the first book, and remember, I'm going to say this all the time, what's one of the genres that is a ding, ding, ding? And that is your religious genre. So this one happens to be a perfect one. It is called The Kingdom of Self, a fresh, penetrating analysis of your greatest predicament by Earl Jabay, author of The God Players. So take a look at that. And this happens to be an old book. It is from, I just have to take a look because I don't remember offhand. Well, not really that old. It's a 1974 book. Got this for free, sold this for $13.99. $3 shipping, you know the drill. That's going to be an $11 profit. I'm just rounding up. It's a little thing I do. I always put all my auctions up at the 99 mark, but in my head I round it up by the penny. The next book is, and this is another genre, your textbooks. Yes, I mentioned this before. I am in a college town, so there are so many textbooks that get dumped off. Nobody wants to keep them. Well, guess what? I take them, put them up for sale. Who knows what happens? This one happens to be the Student Study Guide Solutions Manual for Use with the Biochemistry, the Molecular Basis of Life, by McKee, and Sawhorn. It's an Oxford University Press, 5th edition paperback. This I got for free, and I sold this baby for $9.99, $10. Will be a $3 shipping, and that's a $7 profit. This one, yes, I got it dirt cheap. Always go to dirt cheap when they got their 90 or 95% off sale. Take a look at this. This is, dun dun dun, it is a Riedel Vivant balloon decanter, a glass balloon decanter. Very pretty. I could show you. Let me show you inside because it's hard to see the glass. But this is one of those really nice things. Plus, I'm going to have to really be careful. Take a look at that. Beautiful glass decanter. I'm so glad about that. I'm going to have to wrap this baby up and be careful with it. So I paid a wonderful 80 cents on this. And I sold it for $20. Paid 80 cents, sold it for $20. That's very, very light. Probably will cost, I'm going to guess, $12 shipping. So still looks like a $7 profit. Still good. I'm happy. Next thing, the box was a little deceiving. It says Teddy Sports. But what it actually is, and these are adorable, they are little tiny Moo Cow figurines. Look how cute that is. Let me see if I could show you. There's a cow. Here, let me show you another one. And they're all delicate little, different design, little moo cows. They're all little miniature cows. I mean, it's adorable. So what happened was this entire box went to an auction. There's 12 of them in here. I think it was supposed to be bears, but instead there's cows. I bought this at an estate sale. That one happens to be a bear, so I guess he's the off one. Bought the entire box for 50 cents. Didn't even do them separately because they were so tiny. He's like, yeah, 50 cents for the whole thing. Oh, look, this one's a male and female dancing set. Isn't that cute? So this one I paid 50 cents for, sold it for 10. It is extremely light. I would probably guess $7. So maybe I don't know. I really didn't make anything on that. Maybe I made a $3 profit if I'm lucky. We'll see. I don't know. This is probably gonna be first class. This might even be as little as $4 to ship. But we'll see on that. If anything, I probably made a $4 profit. I ended up taking a buy it now on that one. An offer for that one because I didn't think that it would actually sell. But hey, I put it up, I tried it. So those were the items that I sold. So I had some interesting things happen to me, which I'm a little upset about. I always scour Facebook for people who put up things either as freebie stuff or dumping stuff where they basically say, tossing garbage out, come to this address. I fly to those places. And sure enough, this woman put a huge thing that she basically says, getting rid of all this, take whatever you want. I'll delete the post as soon as everything is gone. So I flew there. It was actually on the other side of town for me, which is no big deal, but it's still on the other side of town. And I saw the post 45 minutes after it posted. So, of course, when I get there, things were already rummaged through. But one of the things that I got was a whole bunch of clothing. We're talking bags and bags and bags of clothing. A lot of it was designer stuff. Ooh. Now, I always said to myself, I'm not dealing with designer stuff. But remember, I am doing ThredUp. And that's basically where I take the clothes, throw it in a ThredUp bag, and get paid. However, in this case, I ended up taking out some good stuff. Because she had a lot of ThredUp. I should mention this, backtrack. ThredUp only will accept female clothing or they will accept children's clothing. They do not accept men's clothing. So anytime I get men's clothing, I don't even look at it. Usually I just donate it to the local church or pantry. But in this case, when I opened up the bag, there was a lot of high-end female stuff, but mixed in with some high-end male stuff, a lot of polo shirts. So I brought it home, brought all the bags home, sorted them out, saw what was good, what was bad. Out of all the bags ready for this, okay, I did 7 loads of laundry. Out of the 7 loads of laundry, it was equivalent to 4 ThredUp bags, which guess what? That's the 4 ThredUp bags that I made for the month. In addition to that, I also have 3 more bags that I'm going to redonate to someplace else, simply because I know A, ThredUp won't accept them, B, I can't do anything with them, and C, I'm not even dealing with them online. So they're just going to get redonated. But for the men's clothing, there were a lot of polo shirts. There was some PGA golf tournament shirts. There was a couple of concert tees. So those items I'm actually going to, I already washed them. I am going to be putting those up on eBay to test it out to see if it works. All of the women's stuff I bagged up, and am I going to show you this? I got to show you this. Check this out. We've got bag number 1. We've got bag number 2. And yeah, these are heavy. We've got, bag number 3. And we've got bag number 4. All that is going out. Now, there was bad news though, because I ended up loading up my car with not only all of the clothing, I also loaded it up with books. I had cases and cases of books. I had some other stuff that I gathered here and there. My car was packed. I'm driving home on the main highway, which is only a one lane open highway down Main Street, and my car dies. It completely shuts down. Electrical system's out, everything's out. Tried turning the key, it would not start. Well, guess what? I'm in the middle of the road. People are honking me. They're yelling at me, this and that. What am I going to do? Well, a couple of friends, it turns out a friend lived not so far away, called them up. I said, could you help me push my car? Because obviously I was by myself, cannot push the car and steer it to the side of the road. And aside from that, I was still sick as well. So I call my friend over, comes over, helps me, and by that time, 3 men got out of their car and helping me push it. So we ended up pushing it. It turns out that there was a driveway store right off the road, so we just literally had to push it like about, like 100 feet or so, right into the parking lot. And then came the waiting game, because at first we thought it was a battery, that all I needed was a jump. Well, we did the battery. Turns out it wasn't starting at all. I thought maybe it was the alternator or this and that. Nothing was happening. So I called a friend, I called my husband, I called so many people. They all came down to try to help me. My husband came on his bike, my friend came out the car. My friend has the jumper cables trying to jump the car, and, well, nothing. Turns out one of the men that ended up pushing the car, he owns the local mechanic shop, and he was on his way to a call that he had to do. Went to the call. When he came back, he saw that I was still stranded in the parking lot. So he comes in, introduces himself, has the computer in hand and stuff like that. He hooks up the computer and everything, and gives me a diagnostic of what is wrong with the car. And it seems it is a fuel pump issue. So, because it's expensive, I don't have the money. Because remember, I'm out of work. eBay right now is my only source of income, and I'm really desperately trying to get my way into selling things. So unfortunately, what I had to do was I had to get the car towed, which, thank goodness, I have roadside assistance on my insurance. Always get that on your car insurance. So I had free roadside assistance instead of doing it to the shop, because I know if it's going to be a while before I get the money in order to pay for everything. But I had the car towed back home, and they put it in the driveway, and I was just super upset. But at least I have the quote on how much the part would be, and this and that. It's obviously a holiday, so nothing was going to happen today anyway. But I have to call them up tomorrow, see if they would do some sort of payment arrangement or payment plan. But other than that, it looks like I will be without a car for at least a week. I'm hoping, like, once my payments come through, then I'll be able to pay for it, which this is a note to some sellers. If once you get to the point of selling many items a day, they will put you on managed payments. And what happens is it bypasses going into the PayPal account, which is nice because you don't have to pay PayPal fees. However, what happens is they wait till the end of the day, they lump all your sales together, then it's a 24-hour period of it pending, and then they initiate it into a direct deposit. When all is said is done, it takes approximately 4 business days to get paid. So what that means is I have to wait 4 days for my payments to hit my account. And if it's a holiday or a weekend, that is not a business day. So sadly, everything is delayed this week. And I know how much I'm going to get over the next 3 days, but that's just it. It's a delay. So obviously I didn't make any sales today, so that means like 4 days from now I'm going to get 0, nothing. But that's okay. I'm hoping that between what I've been getting, because let me tell you something, I got a lot of stuff from that freebie toss out that she did. I got a lot of books. Some of the books are amazing. And when I looked up the prices, I am keeping my fingers crossed that within a week or two, I'm going to really, really start seeing a lot of these books get sold. We will see what happens. I will keep you posted because, like I said, my track record and trend happens to be every 2 to 3 weeks is when I start seeing sales, unless it's an item that I ridiculously put up too cheap and went instantly. But most of the time, it's every 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, I bought this 3 weeks ago. I bought this guy 2 weeks ago. So the trend seems to be this book. Actually, I had this book for a while. And this book I got approximately 3 weeks ago. So the trend is every 2 to 3 weeks is when I actually start selling things. On the final note, I just want to say one more thing, which I guess I could be proud of myself or not. I got an offer from eBay, which of course I know it's a money-making deal, but I ended up taking the offer because I did some of the math and realized it's about time to do it. I upgraded my store. I am no longer just a basic store. I upgraded to the next level, and I don't remember what the name of that level is. But what that means is I get some extra incentives. I can now put up to 1,000 items for free, which that is really going to help, and that's going to save me some extra dollars. Yes, the monthly price went up. Instead of paying my, $23 a month, I'm going to be paying now $69 a month. But they gave me incentive 3 months at my normal regular price. So for the next 3 months, I'm still going to be paying my $25 a month. And then 3 months from now, it's going to go up to the $69 a month. But I'm excited. That means I could put a lot more items, and hopefully they will raise my limits. We will see. I'm going to keep on selling. I'm going to keep putting on items up, and I want to thank everybody. So wish me luck. I hope I get the car fixed. Keeping my fingers crossed. I hope my sales start really, really increasing, because now with the new upgraded store, that means I'm going to have to add a lot more items up in order to sell, and we will see what happens. So with that, I want to thank you all for listening to me. I know this was a longer video than I'm used to, but a lot has happened. So I can't even call it happy, but I'll say happy Martin Luther King Day in honor of a great man who had a dream. And well, my dreams are happening too, and that is I'm in business for myself. So take care, have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.